여러분 반갑습니다. I'm Kwon-Sewa, and this is K-Culture Dive. Join us in taking a deep dive into the heart of Korean culture, from K-entertainment to AI news, K-culture and photos. And for our Hallyu People segment, we invite a Korean-American rising gymnast. Let's dive in. Joining me on today's show is my co-host Walter Lee. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and hello to our viewers at home. Walter Lee here. I'm here today to co-host alongside Soa and bring you the latest in K-entertainment stories.
Okay, let's kick off with those K-enter stories,
Right.
Walter. And we're going to begin with MONSTA X, who made a return to a U.S. morning show, right?
That's correct, Soa. So yes, MONSTA X made their return to Good Morning America, which is one of the biggest morning programs in the US, marking their first appearance on the show in 6 years. Now, during the Monday local time broadcast, the group performed Heal, the lead track from their third full-length English album called Unfold. Now, with this release, MONSTA X has set a new benchmark as the first K-pop act to put out 3 full-length English albums. Now, their growing global influence has also drawn attention from major international media outlets. For example, Billboard highlighted the group's ongoing commitment to expanding into the global market, pointing to the success of their previous English albums on the Billboard 200 chart. Now, the group are currently connecting with fans worldwide through their 2026 MONSTA X World Tour, the X Nexus. Following the buzz generated by their Good Morning America performance, they are set to carry the momentum into the next stop in Jakarta, Indonesia, on April 18th.
Okay, and next, we're going to talk about one of my favorite duos.
Me too.
Angmyu, or Akdong Musician.
Yes, indeed. I love this duo as well. But on Tuesday, Angmyu returned with their 4th full-length album titled Flowering, or in Korean, Gaehwa. Now, on this album, the sibling duo focused on naturally capturing their own stories and emotions throughout the record. Now, the album reflects the shared feelings of today's youth, a period often likened to flowers coming into bloom, and that makes sense, it being almost spring now. At its core, the project emphasizes telling Angmyu's story in an honest and organic way. Now, the release is especially meaningful as it is the first album since Angmyu left YG and launched their independent label called Center of Inspiration. Now, the album features 11 tracks, including the title song, which I dare you have to listen to, Joy, Sorrow, A Beautiful Heart, a soft yet emotionally resonant piece.
Right, I have to say I love the name of the album. I love the music video, the title track. I just love that 감성, or the emotional tone of Angmyu.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Walter, we are going to go to the screen that is, a K-drama that's doing wonderful on the global stage.
Yes, we did talk about this K-drama before, Soa, but yes, K-drama Climax is showing strong momentum on global charts. On Tuesday, the production team announced that after reaching #1 in Taiwan and holding the top spot in Indonesia for 3 consecutive weeks, the drama also broke into the top 5 during its first week across the Americas, Europe, Oceania, and also the Middle East. Now, the series follows prosecutor Bang Tae-sop as he plunges into a powerful cartel in his quest to rise to the top of South Korea, portraying the intense survival battles of those entangled around him. Now, according to Nielsen Korea, as of Monday, the drama recorded a 0.733% rating among viewers aged 20 to 49 in the Seoul metropolitan area, securing the #1 spot among Monday-Tuesday dramas. It has also held the #1 position in Korea on Disney Plus for 21 consecutive days.
It looks like the climax is not over for Climax.
Yes.
And thank you very much, Walter, for those updates, and stick around.
Will do.
All right, let's now go over to our AI anchor Arirang for more on the culture front. Arirang.
Thanks, Swa. Here's your AI guide to the latest cultural headlines from Korea. Let's begin with our top story. More than 30,000 people visited Gyeongbokgung Palace the day after BTS held a concert in Seoul's Gwanghwamun area last month. According to the Korea Heritage Service, over 33,000 domestic and international visitors entered the palace on Sunday, March 22nd. The agency said daily attendance had hovered around 20,000 prior to the concert, but surged to roughly 53,000 by March 29th. Korea Heritage Service Administrator Ha-min attributed the spike to growing global interest in traditional Korean culture following BTS's comeback performance in Gwanghwamun. The agency pledged continued efforts to develop Korea's royal heritage sites into world-class cultural destinations. The GTC Trildarigi Folk Festival will kick off on Thursday in Dangjin City, Chungcheongnam-do Province. The GTC Tug of War is a traditional folk game in which participants pull two massive ropes, each weighing around 20 tons, wishing for a good harvest and community well-being. It was inscribed on UNESCO's Intangible Cultural Heritage List in 2015. This year's program will include a range of events, such as live performances, a drone show, a K-pop festival, and a main tug-of-war event involving thousands of participants. Dangjin City aims to transform the festival into a global event. Foreign tourist traffic for cherry blossom travel in South Korea rose overall, with sharp gains seen in destinations beyond Seoul. According to travel platform Klook, cherry blossom-related traffic in March rose a whopping 360% in the Chungcheongdo provinces, 182% in the Gyeongsang-do provinces and Busan, 167% in Seoul and Gyeonggi-do province, and 125% on Jeju-do Island from the previous month. Notably, traffic surged for spring tours in Busan and Gyeongju, as well as in Amyeon-do and Daean, underscoring a growing influx of foreign visitors venturing beyond the capital. That's all from me. Turning now to a quick look at more K-culture stories making headlines today.
Through a single photo at a time, we take a closer look at culture in Korea. This is K-Culture in Photos. Let's start with today's keyword, 전통시장, that is a traditional market or street market. So, what exactly is a traditional market? It's a lively local marketplace where people buy fresh food, share stories, and experience everyday Korean life. Take a look at this, rows of vibrant fruits in all kinds of colors and varieties. And right next to them, fresh seasonal vegetables. Honestly, there's no better place to shop for what's in season. And it's not just fruits and vegetables. You'll also find incredibly fresh seafood. In fact, some markets will even prepare it for you on the spot and guide you to a nearby restaurant so you can enjoy it right away. Now, with more people, especially younger generations, shopping online or at large supermarkets, traditional markets may seem less common, but they offer something you can't find anywhere else: energy, freshness, and a real sense of connection. Now, let's move on to our second theme, spring nights at Korean night markets. If traditional markets are more familiar to older generations, night markets have become a hot spot for younger crowds. Take a look at this. As the sun goes down, the lights come on and the streets fill with energy, music, and the smell of delicious food. Here are a few more scenes packed with people, lively and buzzing, almost like a festival every night. Many markets have been upgrading their facilities, from cleaner spaces and better parking to improved fire safety systems. Now, let's talk about the food. Steak, shrimp, tteokbokki, grilled chicken skewers, roasted corn. Just looking at them makes you hungry, right? And of course, night markets are also a popular day spot. You'll see plenty of people taking photos and sharing their food shots online. So, which one would you want to try first? And for the next photo, let's start with this sentence. When cherry blossoms fall, azaleas begin to bloom. Take a look at this first photo. Children looking out over a hillside covered in pink. Even from behind, they look so adorable, don't they? And this view, an entire mountain painted in bright pink azaleas. Here's another scene from a famous azalea festival. From above, it almost looks like a sea of deep pink. People come here to soak in the beauty of spring. Now, let's take a closer look. Each flower is small and delicate, but together they create something truly breathtaking. And finally, the stunning mountain view at sunrise. Azaleas glowing in the soft morning light with peaks stretching out in the distance. It's the perfect place to slow down and just take it all in. So, would you rather walk through a field of flowers or hike up a hill to see a view like this? And finally, our last theme, abandoned schools reborn through renovation. Take a look at this. A former elementary school, once left empty for years, has now been transformed into a cultural arts education center. Classrooms that once echoed with children's voices are now filled again, this time with creativity, music, and art. Here's another example. An old school gym has become a unique library where performances take place surrounded by walls of books. And this space, once a closed school, is now a playground where young children can run, explore, and grow. Even more inspiring, some of these spaces are now used as Korean language centers where children from multicultural backgrounds learn and connect. So what was once abandoned is now bringing people together again. Which transformation speaks to you the most? Across markets, nice streets, spring mountains, and renewed spaces, these moments reveal the vibrant, ever-evolving spirit of lives in Korea.
Chloe Cho, a Korean-American gymnast born in 2006, has been drawing major attention in U.S. college sports. She was named the Big Ten Women's Gymnastics Freshman of the Year, competing under the NCAA, or National Collegiate Athletic Association. The NCAA brings together top student athletes from across the United States and is widely known as a gateway to the Olympics. Let's talk with Chloe Cho about her journey and her dreams of becoming an Olympian, perhaps even representing her father's home country, Korea. Chloe, hello.
Hello, Chloe.
Hi there. Thanks so much for having me today, Sua and Walter.
Very happy to have you on the show, Chloe. So it might be a little bit later, but first off, congratulations on being named Big Ten Freshman of the Year. So how do you feel about it?
Well, thank you so much. It was truly such an exciting experience. I mean, going into college, I didn't really know a lot about what awards you could even receive or what I wanted to pursue. So I really just focused on getting to know the team and the coaches and living on my own and moving out from home. And just focusing on all these aspects made getting that award at the end of the year so much more fulfilling too, because I got to share it with my family and my teammates as well.
Right, so the NCAA may not be familiar to some of our global viewers. Could you briefly explain what it is and what it means to compete at this level?
Yeah, so as you just shared, it's the National Collegiate Athletics kind of association. It oversees sports across the U.S. and it's split up into multiple divisions, 1, 2, and 3. And then typically, athletes who are even in high school are looking to get in communication with colleges and to be able to secure spots on their team in the future. And so a big reason why I chose the University of Illinois is because it is a Division I school athletically, and it is also ranked in the top 10 universities publicly, academically. And so just that balance of both the sport and just still learning was really important to me. So, yeah.
The university must also be happy to have you as a student, Chloe. But at what age did you start gymnastics and what inspired you to begin?
Yes, so I started when I was about 6.5 years old. I honestly just love trying lots of different athletic things. Like I played some soccer, I did dance lessons and ballet, and then I had a friend who was trying out gymnastics, and so I wanted to try it with her. And I immediately was just in love with the world. I was in love with just getting to learn new skills and feeling that accomplishment of succeeding and getting your goals and just being able to level up and just continuing to become a better version of yourself was an aspect that I just immediately loved.
Yes, I've seen some of your performances online actually, and you are a standout performer. What do you think has been the key to your strong performances since your debut season?
Absolutely, yes. I think there's already been so much growth and so much I've learned even about the sport and myself as I've gotten into college. But I think a huge factor that has helped me a lot and just competing confidently has been just choosing to love the sport and to love practice every day and just to connect with your teammates, to rely on them, to have good relations with the coaches, and also just to really be able to take care of yourself and sometimes just choose yourself, take care of yourself mentally and physically, emotionally, and just really letting yourself do what it is you need to do to love the sport. I think that has changed my outlook so much in competing, and it's made it so much more rewarding too when you are really just proud of what you're doing.
Now, just like Walter just mentioned, you've been a standout performer, Chloe, and I mean, you've been scoring an impressive 995 in both the uneven bars and floor exercise. I mean, I'm not an expert in gymnastics, but I know that this is a high score. So what has helped you excel in these events?
Yes. Okay. So bars is my favorite event. And as long as I can really remember, it's been my favorite. And so honestly, I feel like it really just overrides any of the nerves or kind of those feelings of stress because I just get to love the event and fly and swing around. And so that helps me a lot when I'm going to bars because I'm just excited about it. And then for floor, especially in college as well, it has become so much more of a performance. And especially, again, knowing my team. And then furthermore, especially at the university, knowing classmates who are in the audience or students from other sports and just feeling like I get to connect with the audience and with the judges and perform for my teammates has made it just so much more fun.
And I also have to mention, again, I'm not an expert, but when I see your landing and I see your facial expression, that's really one of the best parts that I love about your performance.
Yeah, indeed. And Chloe, I kind of want to know a little bit more about you as a person. Now, as a second-generation Korean American, could you tell us about your personal connection to Korea?
Yes. So I grew up in California. I've lived there my whole life, but the Korean culture just was kind of infused into my life through my father and his side of the family. Since I was really young, I would, visit my grandma all the time, my harmony, and I always loved to spend time with them. And I was spoken Korean a lot more when I was young, but unfortunately I didn't pick up on it as much when I got older because we didn't get to visit my harmony as much. But I have just always loved it's just always felt like a piece of home and a piece of me, even though I have not had the opportunity to visit Korea yet. But it's just always been a big part of who I am. And I also actually have a really incredible opportunity to study abroad in Korea this summer. And it's just something that is so exciting to me. It's like, seriously, like it's not a once in a lifetime experience because I hope to be able to travel there much more in the future. But just this being the first time that I'm going to be actually able to go is just so incredible to me. So
now when you do come to Korea, maybe we could have you someday personally here in the studio, Chloe. But I've read a lot of articles about you that suggest that you actually are also considering of representing Korea in memory of your father. So could you maybe share your thoughts on that as well?
Absolutely, yes. So I kind of I've always wanted to study abroad. And when I thought of it and, of course, obviously being in college, I was thinking about it last year and I was like, this is the time to do it because, it's an incredible opportunity and there's so many resources at this university that I'm very grateful for. But it was really easy for me to think South Korea is where I want to go. And of course, that's where my dad was born. And I've just always wanted to learn more about the country and the culture and be able to experience it for myself. And so when I started thinking of studying abroad, summer was kind of the only time period that I would be able to do it just with the athletic season and things like that. And so then I started thinking about if I could train in Korea while I was studying abroad because I might be there for 4 to 6 weeks. And so it's a kind of more extended period of time, and especially with the sport of gymnastics, it's a year-round sport. You can't really take too much time off. So I was thinking of training there, and that kind of led me to this idea of, I wonder if I could not only train there, but even possibly be able to compete for Korea. And it just filled me with so much purpose and just passion for the sport, and so much furthermore just for my family and my heritage, and for this beautiful country that has already had such an impact on my life. And so, I mean, I'm really just in this dreaming stage of, I truly want to do whatever I can and however I can. And if I could compete for Korea, it would truly be one of the most incredible things in my life.
It's a very inspirational story there. Thank you, Chloe. We kind of get the idea that we're looking towards 2028. So could you possibly tell us maybe your dreams going forward and anything that you're really looking forward to coming up?
Yes, I mean, the Olympics has always been a dream of mine, but I never really knew how that would play out. And just this idea of being able to compete for Korea, and then if I could represent Korea at the 2020 Olympics, I mean, seriously seems like the most perfect and right path that I've ever even felt before. And the 20 Olympics are also in LA, which is, I mean, my hometown. It's just crazy, and it would seriously feel like all the pieces would fit together there. But yeah, I mean, my biggest steps that I'm looking for is if I could start competing internationally and just see what the next steps are, honestly, is what I'm trying to figure out. But just dreaming as big as I can.
And Chloe, do you actually maybe have a role model in gymnastics, maybe even among Korean athletes?
Yes, I have always just really loved the art of getting to look up to other athletes and gymnasts who have been in my position, or just have new skills or routines that I kind of have found inspiration from. And specifically with Korea gymnast, Yeo Jung is just such an incredible person that I've looked up to. I mean, I saw one of her first vault videos, and I was just like, wow, like I want to be like her. And for me, vault has always, if I had to pick one event, vault would be maybe not my favorite event, but just seeing her do it so gracefully and powerfully was just so inspiring to me, as it has always kind of never, it wasn't really my strong suit, but being able to see someone execute it so well was really inspiring to me.
I was thinking of Yeo Jung as well.
And I mean, you're so young, but yet so inspirational. I find a lot of great energy coming from you, and I think that you have a very bright future ahead of you. Keeping that energy up, is there a personal motto that you stick by or that you would like to share with us?
Yes, I would say definitely this year specifically, my biggest motto, or kind of what I've been living by, is just loving each moment and living in each moment. Because really at the end of the day, it's all we have, the today, the right now. And so I've just been focusing on loving where I'm at, loving myself, and loving my environment, the people around me, the experiences around me. I feel like, especially, I mean, with being on a gymnastics team, you're really only with this team, with these people on it for 1 year, and then you don't know what the next year looks like, or you don't know what the next season looks like. And even looking at competitions, you know, all you can do is live in the moment and be proud of how you do, no matter what the results are. I think this year I've really just been focusing on being proud of all the work that I've put in, and knowing that no matter what, I'm showing up and putting my best effort in, and that is something to truly be proud of. And I really think that loving life and enjoying it is really the most important thing at the end of the day. So that's what's been really working for me.
Wonderful, Chloe. Now, before we let you go, is there maybe someone you want to thank through this interview? And also, you did mention that you spoke more of Korean when you were little, but could you share a short greeting or message in Korean as well, maybe?
Yes. Okay. So first, if I had to admit, it's hard to pick one person to thank, but I would definitely just say my family. I have always felt so supported by my family, no matter where I went, what it looked like, you know, moving halfway across the country for college, or even bringing up dreams of wanting to visit halfway across the world and just explore. And they have always just been my biggest supporters, but also believers, and just encouraging me that it really is okay to dream as big as you want and just experience life. And I'm just so grateful to be able to experience it with them as well. But Man, it's just so hard to pick one person. Also, just the people you meet in college and your roommates, they make such an impact on you, and the teammates and the bonds that you build. I truly feel like are going to last me a lifetime. So I'm just so grateful for all the people I've met here in Illinois as well. But I'm also just so looking forward to traveling to Korea and getting to meet so many more people as well. And even you guys here today, there's just so many incredible opportunities that have been presented to me with gymnastics and with being in college. And I'm just so grateful for you guys and just being able to share a little bit more about myself. But also, yes, I have been very much trying to learn some more of the basics, and I've been trying to teach myself just all the different characters in Korean. It's such a beautiful language, and it's created so beautifully, and so I've really enjoyed getting to learn more about it. And also, when I study abroad, there's some specific classes that are specifically for just kind of the beginner learning levels and things like that. So I'm excited for that. But yes, if I had to share a message, I would like to share this. 안녕하십니까? 저는 초지윤이라고 합니다. 많은 응원해 주셔요 감사합니다.
Oh,
That's all I can. Sorry, it was not very good.
that was
I'm working.
beautiful. Thank you very much, Chloe. Thanks so much for connecting with us today. And we really hope that you fulfill your dreams. And we're going to be rooting for you here in Korea. You already have 2 fans here. I have to say, we're not just fans because of your athletic performance, but also as a person. We love your energy. Keep up the great work. And yeah, thank you again for sharing your thoughts today.
Thank you so much, Chloe.
Yes, I appreciate you guys' time so much.
And thank you, Walter, as always. We're going to have you back here soon.
I'll see you very soon.
Thanks for watching and your interest in everything K-culture. Please tune in again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Korea time. Keep diving.